Hello everyone and welcome to the game. We've got Cloud9 up against Virtus Pro in the lower bracket finals of this Dota Pit League Season 3. It's going to be a good one. This is a best of 5 between two great teams in the Western scene, and I'm really looking forward to what this tournament has in store. Of course, this is the lower bracket finals. Both teams looking to proceed. The loser here will go home with a comfortable third place finish in Dota Pit Season 3, taking home about 40 grand. But of course, both teams, they want to go on to the winner. They want to face up against EG in the grand finals. That's for a cool $125,000. And of course, Virtus Pro looking to get a bit of revenge on EG, who did 3-0 them in the winners bracket grand final. And Cloud9, of course, EG, one of their storied rivals, and they're looking to get themselves on the board. I think the last time they faced, they lost in the Summit 3, so looking to have another shot at EG. But enough said about what's coming up. Let's hop into the draft and see what's going on right now. Fairly quick start to this draft. We've got an Undying Naga pick for Cloud9, and Virtus Pro have picked up the Leshrac Shadow Demon. So we'll have yet to see whether this is going to be a support Naga Siren. I suspect it is, because I don't think EE plays Naga that much. At least he certainly hasn't recently. And, well, actually, the Undying also could be an offlane Undying for Bone 7. Or it could be a support as well. So we'll have to see. Cloud9's draft is still very, very open. Virtus Pro, at the same time, this is an interesting opening. I mean, you've got a Leshrac first pick, and one of the reasons this hero is first pick worthy is because you can instill that somewhat sense of doubt in your opponent, whether it's a farming Lesh, whether it's a support. With the Shadow Fiend pickup, you kind of give away that it's not going to be a mid-Lesh. Shadow Fiends never run really anywhere else, so it'll be G taking that. Leshrac could still be farming in the safe lane. That's a little less common. So there is still a little bit of a question whether that'll be Illidan handling that, but I don't really think it's his kind of hero. We'll have to see if it's maybe Lil or FNG taking that. And as far as bans go, I love the Bloodseeker ban. I'm really glad this hero has come back into competitive play and is being used well. We've got some very standard bans here. Cloud9 banning out the Bounty Hunter, a hero they use to great effect, and worried about it in the hands of FNG. Dazzle, one of Lil's classic heroes as well. Actually, both of them play it very, very well. And we've got a third pick Windranger coming up from Cloud9. Okay, this may be Fata's hero mid. In fact, I'd be very surprised if it isn't. Windranger, a hero who used to be played in the offlane all the time, but not really the common place for it now. Just doesn't seem to get enough. And Fata, with that Ags Rush build, the Chrysalis, or Crystallis going into Daedalus, can really do hefty damage to, well, actually all the heroes that VP have so far. Fairly squishy, at least until Lesh gets up a Bloodstone, maybe one other item. Very vulnerable to focus fire. If they can land the net into Shackle Shot, then it's an easy kill. So I really do think that'll be Fata's hero in the mid, and Virtus Pro, in the meantime, they'll pick up Rubik. That'll probably be for Lil, who plays an absolutely insane Rubik. One of his definite comfort heroes. So both teams playing a bit to their strengths, although Cloud9, I think, a bit more unorthodox of a draft from them. VP, these are very, very standard picks for them. Cloud9 actually will pick up a Pugna. Okay, so we've got the makings of some very early pushing power from Cloud9 right now with that Undying pickup as well as the Pugna. Windranger, the level 6 focus fire isn't the best, but it, combined with these other heroes, it can be very effective for sieging early. And Virtus Pro, they've got to be starting to get a little concerned. They don't have a tremendous amount of D-push. Actually, I take that back. They've got plenty. They've got Shadow Fiend races, they got Rubik Fade Bolt, and of course all of Lesh's lightning damage. They've got D-push for days. So interesting that Cloud9, seeing that, still go in for the Pugna.
Reserve time.
Now, they have been running support Pugna on Misery. It'll be interesting to see if that's what they go for. I think it will be, because I really don't think offlane Pugna is going to be viable here. And unless you want to run a support Wind Ranger, which is possible but really unlikely, I feel. If you want to support, there's better choices. You can get heroes with a more guaranteed stun than the Shackle Shot, better damage, and just really, really lackluster as a support, I think. So it almost certainly will be the Wind Ranger and Pugna as cores. Although, I really want to see what Envy's hero is. I mean, he could be playing the Naga. It could be a core Naga, and then Cloud9 could be running the other 4 as a kind of, not really 4 protect 1, but 4 aggress while 1 farms. That could be really, really viable, because with a Pugna Undying, and well, Wind Ranger as well, Cloud9 can definitely put pressure on towers early, force VP to come to them, and then if that is a farming Naga, it gives EE the space to do whatever he wants, get up that early Radiance, and then just take over the game.
Shadow Shaman.
VP, okay, a Shadow Shaman, so this is definitely a core Lesh, as it should be. I guess that'll be for Illidan. And then the Shadow Shaman Rubik, this is a duo that we haven't really seen in a while. Shadow Shaman really fallen off as a support, but I think I like it against this lineup. The wards are really nice to help with D-push, as is the Ether Shock. And the ability to control and lock down these heroes, especially the Wind Ranger, who does have really good escape. The Shadow Shaman can be really handy for keeping her in place. Of course, you've got that roaming duo potential with the Rubik Shadow Shaman to lift into Shackle or Hex. And, well, with the Lesh and the Shadow Fiend as cores, either of those lanes, there is really, really solid kill potential with those heroes. So, a lot of potential for early aggression coming up from VP. No surprise there. It's definitely in their wheelhouse. And they'll ban with the Razor. So, they think that this is a support Naga? No, well, the problem is that really any one of these heroes, except probably the Wind Ranger, could be played in that supporting role. So, I guess they're betting that it's still a core yet to come. Interesting choice. I guess worried about the pushing power from Razor is not early. So I guess that ban is specifically to protect G in the mid lane from having all his damage stolen? I don't know. It seems like an odd choice of ban. But, I mean, it is a hero that both Fata and EE have run, so maybe they know something I don't. In fact, likely. Cloud9, on the other hand, will ban out an Omni Knight, and I think that's an excellent choice. They don't want to have to deal with that ultimate from him. Can really, really mess with their push. And there's the final hero for Cloud9, Jakiro, doubling down on this pushing strat, and a hero that's not really been as favored recently, but still very, very solid for those early push strats, combined with the Pugna and Undying. This is really, really scary for Virtus Pro. Of course, Virtus Pro, they do have that potential roaming early, so if they get off good kills in the first 5 to 8 minutes, I'd say, then they can take solid control of this game, because if they slow down Cloud9's initial group up and initial push, then they'll be in great shape. They've got the better late game cores. So we'll have to see what Virtus Pro want to do to, like, I feel like they've already got plenty of not split push, but deep push. Not sure they really need any more. I think I would favor, okay, it'll be a Centaur. Very, very nice. One of DK Phobos' core heroes. And okay, so it'll be EE on the Wind Ranger. Fata taking the Pugna mid. So no Naga core farming up. It'll be straight early push, early aggression, and try to win the game by 20 minutes. And we'll see if they can pull it off. Virtus Pro have excellent potential to really disrupt Cloud9's early game, as I have a crazy cat running all over my keyboard. Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, with these lanes, DK Phobos on the Centaur, Shadow Fiend mid, and Leshrac taking the safe lane farming role, Rubik and Shadow Shaman can rotate to any one of these lanes and set up easy kills. So, it'll be tricky
10 seconds remaining
for C9 to survive in the first little while, but if they do get their level 6s, if they do get those group ups, take a couple towers early, then they should be in great shape. So both sides have got their strategy very, very clearly laid out. Let's see who can execute. And we're in for game 1 of this best of 5 VP C9. Let's see what they can do. On the side of the Radiant, we'll introduce our teams. It's G taking that Shadow Fiend into the mid lane. FNG will be supporting on his Shadow Shaman. Lil taking his classic Rubik. It'll be Illidan Stormrage farming up the Leshrac. And finally, DK Phobos taking to the offlane on that Centaur Warrunner. On the side of the Dire, you've got EE Sama taking the Wind Ranger to the one position farming role. We've got Misery on the support Undying. It'll be Fata taking the Pugna mid, and that'll leave Bone 7 on the Jakiro, and we've got Big Daddy on the Naga Siren. Looks like they may be running dual lanes, at least in the off lane. So, no, probably wise
30 seconds to
against the
battle.
roaming that can come out from VP. If you're running a solo off, it's just a little too easy for him to get caught out. You're not going to get enough. And C9, they need all their heroes to get experience and levels so that they can go for their pushes. We've got a lot of heroes grouped up in the mid lane. They want to contest this rune. Looking to give it to G, I imagine, who's rushing a bottle. And, well, here we go. Will there be an early engage? There certainly will. There's a 3-man decay. Shackle onto Big Daddy, though, who's taken massive damage. He's lifted. He's going to be the first blood. G will take that. Excellent start for him. And now will he be able to retreat? It looks like he will. Fata doing massive damage with that Nether Blast, but it's not going to be enough. And VP will stroll away very, very low on FNG, but they will all be fine. And very, very nice early engage for Virtus Pro. That'll get G off to an excellent start. Who snagged the bounty rune? It was... Okay, Cloud9 got both the runes, but not really worth giving up first blood for. And now, G off to an excellent start. He did go raise level 1, so he didn't get any souls for that kill, but still, very nice start for him. And now Cloud9 just a little bit on the back foot to start things off, but we'll see if they can stabilize, get their game plan underway, and they've got some nice wards watching themselves. They are wary of that roaming duo coming out from VP. They don't want to get caught out. And Big Daddy doing a great job of harassing Illidan back here, letting Bone 7's Jakiro farm up fairly freely. He is 3-1 right now. At the same time, he's kind of... Yeah, he is dual lanes, but Misery is pulling, so he's kind of alone, but not much DK Phobos can do by himself. And while bottom lane, rotation in, Big Daddy is in trouble. He's lifted and does what damage he can while he's alive, but realizes he's dead. And there's that roaming potential, the shackle into the lift. We saw it secure them the first blood, and now it'll secure them a secondary kill in the offlane. So far, Virtus Pro, their plan is working out rather well. They're getting those early kills. They're trying to shut down Cloud9, and if they continue to get these off, then they'll be in great shape. As far as farm goes, it's relatively even across the board. G decrept up, but steps outside of the range of the Nether Blast, so won't take any damage from that. Fata does have his bottle up early, so nice for him. He did rush it, and he's going to secure the top rune. Well, Big Daddy, it looks like he's rotated out of bottom lane. Left, okay, he's putting Misery down there, and it looks like it's a complete lane swap. Unless... Bone 7? Yeah, okay, Bone 7's going back down. So they think Misery will be a little more survivable down there. They're going to have Big Daddy up top to try and zone out DK Phobos. Task that he's pretty good at with that high armor. A little easier to go up against that solo hero.
Fortunes change.
Although, I mean, of course, VP can rotate their supports up there as well. So something Cloud9 have to be wary of. They have to keep good map vision up and see where these rotations are coming. EE is your top farm in the game so far. It's 16. The farmer for your bottom lane here, Illidan, not doing so hot. Only 9-4. So, I mean, they have got a couple kills, but the harass from C9 have been able to slow down Illidan just a bit. And that is important, because if he gets 2 leveled before the push comes from C9, then he's going to just be devastating in these pushes. The lightning spam is going to obliterate the creep waves very, very quickly, and Cloud9, they'll be in Strike City. But not the case yet. We'll see if they can continue to shut him down a little bit. He is doing just fine, but could be doing a little better. FNG sitting back here. They are running a defensive try now. It looks like FNG and Lil not really looking to roam too much. Maybe looking for a little bit of levels before they check out the other two lanes. Hugna would be an easy kill if they can get behind him, but just doing some bottle crowing for now. Doing quite well for himself in mid lane. G is getting the better of him now, though. As should be expected with that first blood. Up to level 5 already, and this is where he can start doing a lot. Nice. Another ward on the high ground to just tickle G when he goes for those raises, but won't do very much ultimately.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, actually, missed a huge fight bottom lane as both Jakiro and the Shadow Shaman go down. My apologies. What happened there? Looks like they got Shadow Shaman first, and then Jakiro went down, and no one got the last hit. So, slightly favoring C9, at least they're on the board now. But it is 5-1, 4 minutes in, so still overall something that Virtus Pro will be very, very pleased with. Big Daddy doing a good job of keeping DK Phobos out of lane here. He's only just about to hit level 3. And that's compared to Bone 7, who's 4.5. So, and that's in a dual lane as well. So, Misery also about to hit level 4. So, doing a good job. I think the rotation was really, really wise of moving Misery down and Big Daddy up. He's able to do a lot against the Centaur here, and Misery much better at surviving this lane. And against a tri-lane, of course, the decay is always strong the more heroes you can get with it, so. Just doing some casual harass for now. They already have put some decent damage onto this tower, honestly. Looks like Fada was forced all the way back to base. A little unfortunate for him. Of course, he does only have 600 health, and those raises do a pretty decent chunk. 325, so if he gets hit twice, he's basically dead. That's really scary position to be in, and of course the problem is that they don't really have the potential to rotate. You've got an Undying, not the best rotating support. You've got a Naga who can do a bit, but she has been shut down a little bit, given up both, or at least 2 of the kills. So, had a bit of a slower start on that Naga Siren. Now here comes the rotation. No, just securing the rune. They're not actually going to go for anything. Here's the cliff. No, he doesn't go for the cliff. Now Lil may be in a touch of trouble. Oh, he does have boots, so he is just fine. And a little bit of a duel in the top rune area as FNG. Did he manage to secure it? No, it was Shadow Fiend who picked it up, so. Good ward coverage from VP right now. They've got 2 river wards in the top, as well as this river ward in the bottom. So they're looking to scout any movement from C9. Not that C9 are really looking to move at this point, but they've got the vision up, and it'll be up for a little while, just to potentially catch them out. Now at this point, we've still got EE at the head of the farm charts with 53 last hits, but Windranger not, I mean, very, very good with farm, but really not what you'd call a hard one. Not the hardest of carries, especially up against a Leshrac and a Shadow Fiend. A farm Lesh and a farm Shadow Fiend just offer so much more in fights than a farmed Windranger. Windranger, really good at taking down buildings, really good at bursting one hero if she can get that shackle shot, but we'll have to see if it's enough, if the rest of C9's supporting cast can keep up enough to be a factor, really, in this game. Fata is doing reasonably well for himself as well. He's a little behind the Lesh at this point. We may have a Rune Clash. Yeah, we're going to try and cliff Bone 7. He's now caught out. But he does have backup, and it may actually be Lil who's in trouble. But Prep comes up to slow him down. The splitter misses from Lesh, and now Lil will fall. Nice rotation from Cloud9, and they're going to go for more. Illidan in a bit of trouble, turns on the Pulse Nova. Will it be enough? Fata taking a lot of damage. He does land the stun, but Fata will be just fine. And that's a 4-hero rotation in the end from C9, but they do get 2 kills. Of course, at the same time,
Dire's middle
they
tower
do
is under
manage to
attack.
take down EE top, who, as the lead farmer on Cloud9, very, very nice pickup from them. Still, 2 for 1. Does favor C9, and now they may be able to transition this to a tower push. This bottom tower lift instantly, but it's already at below half health, and they may be able to finish it off here if they stick around. VPN from Illidan, he wants to clear this up. Lightning Splitter will miss, unfortunately. The Bone 7 will be able to scoot himself away and the GP just fine, but that's the end of any tower aggression coming out from C9. They've split back up. Ata back in the mid lane. He's gone for power treads, so may be a little concerned about mana issues, but of course, Big Daddy can go for mana needs. So, looking for that sustain. Shadow Fiend, what's he going for next? He saved up about 1100 gold, so maybe going for an early Blink Dagger. I think if he was going for Yules, he'd already have picked up a piece. Same with Mech. So Blink Dagger is my guess. Suits G's playstyle a lot. Very, very aggressive hero in his hands. And EE, what's he going for? Saved up about 900. Maybe going for that Slasher's Way early Aghanim Scepter. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. We'll have to see. Now Illidan. Looking to do a little poking at this tower himself. Still not much damage from him, but that's okay. He's farming very, very well at this point, and looks like he's rushing that early Bloodstone. Already got the Soul Ring and the Point Booster online. FNG is a slow hero, but is a little too far away for Misery to pursue, and of course the Dire don't really have vision into this area, so it would have been a risky play. No backup. Cloud9 is starting to congregate around this bottom tower, maybe sensing that VP want to make a play, and they may try and catch out someone, but of course Illidan does have backup. FNG is here with a double damage rune online, and this is definitely a bait. They want them to go on Illidan, and it looks like it's going to work. There's the net. Ward Trap comes out on a Big Daddy, who instantly blows up. VP, they are still all fine, but FNG taking a lot of damage from the suck from Pugna. He will go down, lift onto Misery, not really enough. The Tombstone is still very healthy, although Misery is not now. Gets caught by the Splitter, may go down here to Kate. It's not going to be enough. He does fall to that last Lightning of Illidan, so it ends up being a 2-for-1 trade. That's actually no cores going down on the side of C9, but a 2-for-1 support trade. Of course, the wards do get dropped, so there's no tower pressure coming up from that, but I think VP will be very, very pleased with that trade. Nice bait from Illidan coming out there, and he survives, does a lot of damage, and will continue to have a lot of growth potential in this game. Now, looks like a TP coming in. They're not going to be able to catch anyone, though. Lil and Illidan wisely backing away rather hastily. Now we got FNG and G sitting in the mid lane, under the cover of the trees, maybe looking to catch out EE here, but who has gone for that point booster, so he's definitely going for that early Aghanim Scepter. Meanwhile, Cloud9, 3 heroes in this bottom lane. They really, really want this tower. And, but Illidan cleans up the creep wave, and they can still continue to harass it with the liquid fire. And it is getting very low, but they've got to be careful. They don't want this to get denied, as that early tower gold is really a core part of their strategy here. I'll pick up the rune. He's going for a mech, it looks like, so should have it. Actually, it's fairly slow unless he's got something coming. Yeah, okay, he's got the headdress and the courier, so it's not slow at all. He's doing just fine. 9-4 here, and Cloud9, they're starting to group up. They want to get something done. At the same time, 3 heroes from VP. They want Big Daddy, who is out by himself. He's got the song, though. He's ready for the TP out. Is he going all the way back to base? Yeah, it looks like he is. Meanwhile, top lane. Fata taking massive damage from the Pulse Nova. Illidan will get that kill, but he may die as a result. The liquid fire is on him, but he may be able to scooch away. No, the last burn will take him out. But G shows up, gets a killing spree, does manage to take down Bone 7. So it's a 3-for-1. They do get Illidan. A nice pickup for them, but that's some scary team fight coming up from VP. I mean, they were fighting under Pugna Ward and Tombstone, and they still took that fight very, very handily. At the same time, EE does manage to solo the mid tower. So, not the end of the world for Cloud9, but they've got to be a little worried now about the kill advantage that VP is acquiring. They need to get a little more done early here, and now we've got a Blink Dagger at 12 minutes on DK Phobos, who was being held out of the lane fairly effectively early. They did manage to secure this top tier 1 with the Shadow Shaman wards, so looks like there may be a fight in bot lane. Actually, Cloud9 looking to just back off for now. Not re-engaging. They still want this tower. It hasn't fallen yet. It looks like VP will be able to get the deny. No! Last tick of Liquid Fire cleans it up. Very, very nice for C9. They wanted that very, very badly. Now, G is in the cover of a Shadow Blade. Wow, okay, that's an early pickup for him. Another 800 gold on top of that. He is your gold leader at 7,300. A good 1,000 and a bit ahead of EE, so... Oh! Shackle Shot catches out Lil. That's a very, very easy kill for C9. And they do have 5 heroes in the area. It looks like they may want to continue pressing here for the tier 2, but the creep wave isn't with them, man. There is pressure coming out on both their tier 1 and their tier 2 top. FNG doing the split push Shadow Shaman play here. Going very, very deep by himself, but he feels very safe, and he should. He knows that all the dire heroes are bottom, and it may be Big Daddy who's in trouble here. Hexed up, G's coming in with the raises. Will he get it? Yeah, the last raise finds Big Daddy in the trees, and that's a dominating spree for G, who is now going for BKB to follow up that Shadow Blade. Cloud9 continuing to press bottom lane. We got Bone 7 and Fata here. Another ward's already set up, and Misery hanging in the background, ready with that tombstone if VP comes in, but looks like VP isn't interested. Instead, they're going to go for EE mid lane, and they should be able to clean it up. There's the Centaur thing to clean up the kill. Tombstone is dropped, but it's not going to be able to clean anyone up, it looks like, and Misery is very low. He's got to be careful here. Illidan will just TP away. And at the same time, they have managed to hold this bottom tower. G has come in. He's pursuing Fata, who may be able to get away. The damage is big. No, he does get away. Lil didn't have liftoff cooldown, so was able to sneak away. But the game is looking scary for C9 right now, as they're being outpushed. The Shadow Shaman pickup this game was really, really smart, and FNG's been playing extremely well. Sees Cloud9 group up in one lane, knows that they want to play 5-man Dota, just goes for the other lane, and they're winning the pushing battle against a lineup with an Undying, a Jakiro, and a Pugna. So it kind of feels like Cloud9's game plan is falling apart a little bit here. We'll have to see if they can recover and get themselves back into this. And it feels like they do need a couple of big pickoffs, but I'm not sure whether that's enough, because it's already 60 minutes in, and they have not taken the tier 2 yet, which with this lineup is really, really not ideal. They're looking for something now. 3 heroes smoked up. Looks like they're going for mid. Illidan pushing by himself. He does have someone nearby, but TK Phobos going for the top lane rather far away, and Illidan may get caught out here. He does take the tower, but there's the Yule Scepter from Bone 7. Ice Path to follow up, and the Focus Fire. Well, he is getting away with the Centaur charge, and nice play from Virtus Pro. Gotta know the name of that spell. Okay. Stampede. Thank you. It's slipping in my mind. So, excellent play from VP. Cloud9 try and get something done. At the same time, bottom lane, Song to set things up. They may be able to clean up FNG here, but they really wanted more for a Song of the Siren. They will be able to claim him. Not too much trouble. It looks like, yeah, FNG will go down. But they rotated a lot of heroes for that. At the same time, Illidan will find a solo kill onto Misery in the mid lane. So, with all that effort from C9, it's still a 1-for-1 across the map. And Illidan, with that Bloodstone online now, is getting pretty scary. DK Phobos looks like he's going for a Vanguard, probably into the Crimson Guard. Against Wind Ranger, it's very, very effective. G Shadow Bladed up, going for the Spirit Bomb. Will be able to clean up Bone 7. It looks like nope. Quick Yules. Will he be able to follow up with the Ice Path? He will. One last hit from Death. Will Bone 7 be able to skirt away from this? G is pursuing, and he's a speedy little bugger, but doesn't know where Bone 7's gone. Bone 7 will juke it and TP out barely. So nice escape from him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
EE's farm is really not where he wants it to be right now. He is about 300 gold away from the Ag Scepter, but he is now lagging over 3k behind the Shadow Fiend, and that's a bit of a concern. Cloud9 will get the deny on this bottom tower, so that's something going their way at least.
Dire's bottom tower
As
has been
FNG
denied.
was looking to push into that. Probably not going to expend the Master rewards for a tower that low, but they do want to try and keep Cloud9 back, not let them get anything done. And, well, Illidan pushing up very, very far here. That may have been a misplay, as he will get caught up by the Ice Path. Tombstone is down, and that should be an easy kill, but he does have that Bloodstone. Will he be able to get the deny off? He may go for it. Yeah, there it is. So, not the way you want to start off using your Bloodstone, but at least he denies C9 that experience in gold. And actually, that's a glyph blown for the Dire. That's a bit scary. Now VP have a 5-minute window to push up and do some damage on the high ground, and they definitely are capable of it. Of course, Illidan not going to be super happy with being down to 6 charges already on his Bloodstone, but the game position for VP is very, very solid right now as Blink in onto Fata. Hoof Stomp and Lift to follow it up. The mech is available though, and Misery pops his ultimate form. Will they be able to clean up DK Phobos? It looks like they're going to. The life drain is there, and Phobos, no, it goes for the stun. He may be able to get away here. Lil is still in the area. Fade Bolts to stop C9's pursuit, and DK Phobos will manage to get away. At the same time, though, looks like EE was able to clean up FNG in the bot lane. Looks like he was trying to do his split push thing again. Drops his wards, but they'll get cleaned up. That's a nice influx of gold for EE, who now has that Aghanim Scepter online, looking to push for more damage now. At top, G is under a sentry, so can't Shadow Blade away. Looks like he's going on to Fata, though. There's the Blink Hoof Stomp from DK Phobos. Easy follow-up from some raises, and the Fade Bolt from Lil will claim the kill. Mid lane, nothing but fights here as they'll go in onto Illidan. Splitter does miss, and the Focus Fire easily cleans up Illidan. So he is now down to 4 Bloodstone charges, and really unfortunate for him. Definitely favoring Cloud9 there. That one kill alone was about an 1100 gold swing. So this has been non-stop aggression across the map from both teams, but it looks like there may be a bit of a breather as I say that. FNG, is he going to get caught out here? 1-7's hunting, and he does have some pretty decent move speed, but he'll guess wrong. And okay, so we got a bit of a breather here. Let's take a peek at the gold graph. We're already at a 10k lead for Virtus Pro, and experience, well, it's about 7.5k, but their team is the team that can go late here, and now they'll catch out Misery. Easy kill, the lift into the raises. The Nether Ward will get cleaned up. Nothing Fata can do. He pops the mech, but it's just not enough. And the game state for VP is exactly where they want it. They have control of the map. They're pushing aggressively. C9 can't get out. They're doing what they can, but they're getting picked apart, and they're a team that wants to be playing from ahead. They do have some decent high ground defense. Focus Fire, very, very good for that. They have a lot of control with the Ice Path, the net, and the Tombstone to slow everyone down. But we're starting to get to a point where VP don't really mind fighting into Tombstone. They're getting more and more tanky. G has picked up a BKB. Leshrac, a little bit slowed down. He's working on his as well, but he should have it very, very soon. And they'll claim that tier 2 tower in the mid. So only one tower standing for C9 now with the 21-minute mark with a pushing lineup. Really dire straits for them. They can still do a lot with a nice high ground hold. They have a chance to get back into this, and they definitely do have the heroes to potentially pull that off. And you can't really underestimate Nether Ward and Tombstone on the high ground if C9 or if Virtus Pro commit just a little too far. But it's going to have to take some excellent play from Cloud9, combined at this point maybe with a bit of over-aggression from Virtus Pro, which they are completely capable of. I mean, we saw how Illidan died up here early, or just a few minutes ago. A very, very aggressive positioning from him. The supports on VP, though, a little bit of a concern. Lil already passing the offlaner of Bone 7, has a Blink Dagger online, going for an Aghanim Scepter as well. And it looks like G going for the Scotty. At the same time, Cloud9, they smoke into the Roche Pit. If they can clean this up, it could be good, but Lil is scouting it out. He's going to go in. He sees them. The Nether Ward is dropped immediately. That's stolen Nether Ward. And he may fall here, but he may buy the rest of his team time to come in. No, he's going to get away. The Stampede comes out, and G going in with the Shadow Blade activated. Bone 7 will defensively Yules, but the Spirit Bomb comes out. EE will fall, and that's 2 heroes down. G and the rest of VP may now be able to clean up Roshan. That's a buyback from E. They don't want to let that happen. At the same time, Misery kind of caught out here. The stomp will be there. Nice, still a nice path from the Lil Rubik, and now Misery in a lot of trouble. He's caught out here, and he will be. At the same time, on the other side of the map, Lil the Storm Mage taking a bit of damage. That's still an Ice Path, though, doing some serious work from Lil. And Cloud9, this buyback on E hasn't really gotten anything done. In fact, he may die back. Nice dodge of the stun. Splitter fails to connect as well. And DK Phobos in a little deep. He will go for the Nether Ward, being drained by Fata, but it's not enough. They're all still very, very healthy. Nice double shackle from EE, but will there be any follow-up? Fata may be trapped here in the Roche Pit. And it looks like Pulse Nova is turned on. Blink catch from DK Phobos. Splitter to follow up. That's a dieback from E, and I feel like that's basically game. They're going to clean up this Roche. Actually, if they find Bone 7 as well. The Ice Paths are flying from Lil here. He's been playing out of his mind on the Rubik, and that's a monster kill streak for G. The Roche still not very low. That's a buyback comes out from Fata. They realize that if they give up this Aegis, they've lost this game. But at the same time, they've expended so much trying to protect it that you have to wonder if they've already given up the game with these kills. We're now looking at, do I even want to know, about a 17k gold lead. Very, very dire straits for Cloud9. EE has still not managed to pick up any follow-up item after that Aghanim Scepter. And at 24 minutes, Aghanim Scepter by itself is really not scary. He needs a damage item to go along with it, and is nowhere close to picking that up. Misery incredibly poor as well. Just boots and hood on him, really. And the side of the Radiant have everything they want. Centaur going for an Aghanim Scepter, it looks like, just looking to secure their domination. That Stampede has really shut down Cloud9's ability to get pickoffs. And, well, they'll go for another one. Here's a 5-man smoke in the top lane. They're going to wrap around, try and catch VP out, maybe going for Roche, but at the same time, VP, they're wise. They're not really going into the pit. Illusion scouting things out. FNG well positioned in the trees here. But, oh, blinks away at the last second. That would have been really bad position for him. And now it's C9 who's caught out. Bone 7 will just explode. Misery, the Song of the Siren is there, but G has his BKB popped, and Misery will fall as well. That's 2 supports down. No. Support in the court. Bone 7 disconnects. That's GG. They call it. So you realize the game plan has not worked out, and that'll be your game. Beautiful play from VP. They knew what they had to do, and they got it done. Excellent play from FNG's Shadow Shaman. Love to see that hero back. One of my favorite supports. So that'll be game 1, going the way of Virtus Pro. We've got another potential 4 games to go here, so don't go anywhere. I'll have the next game coming up for you in just a few minutes. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Sindar. If you enjoyed the casting, feel free to follow me on Twitter @SindarGaming, and leave me some comments what you think I can do to improve. This is, of course, just an amateur cast, so I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. See you soon for Game 2.